Dr. Josh Fernandez. I'm a PGY-1 at UC Riverside, California for neurology, and I've been asked by Match a Resident to create a video for multiple things. So one of them is going to be rank order list advice, and the other one's going to be letter of intent advice. But I want to start off with, for those that haven't gotten the amount of interviews that you had hoped you would get, or those that didn't get any interviews at all, I don't want you guys to be down on yourselves. Residency is very, very difficult. I mean, let's just go backwards. Medical school is very difficult. It's an accomplishment to get into medical school. Next, to pass step 1, step 2, and fill out those applications for residency, it's difficult. It's not easy. And some of it is subjective, right? You're sending in your information to these programs and you hope that what you're putting on that piece of paper is what they're looking for. And sometimes that's out of your control. It does not mean that you are not a good candidate. I don't want you to walk out of this interview season and think that you're not worthy to become a doctor. You are worthy to become a doctor. And on top of that, we are short of doctors in this country. We need every single one of you. So please, please, please don't get down on yourselves. Don't think anything less of yourselves, because you are worth it and you will become a doctor. Maybe it's not this year, maybe. And even so, even if you didn't get an interview, remember there's still SOAP, that supplemental area after match day. You get those 4 days and there are still a lot of openings. Maybe it's not the specialty that you want. If it's not the specialty that you want, then of course go into the next season and go after what you truly want and spend the next year, honing in on what you need to accomplish to make yourself the best candidate going forward. But in terms of if you just want to be a doctor and it doesn't matter what specialty is, there's pediatrics, family, internal medicine, OBGYN, emergency medicine. There are a lot of openings in the SOAP. Again, it's still very competitive because there's other very, qualified applicants like yourself who are also in the same situation as you. But I need you to just remind yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say that you are going to be an amazing doctor and you are going to make a difference in someone's life. There's a stranger out there that you are meant to help out. It's not just one stranger, but it's going to be multiple strangers for the rest of your life that are going to be very fortunate and very lucky to be under your care. So don't let one interview season, don't let one match cycle, put you down and make you think less of yourself, because you're going to be great. I had my doubts as well. Again, I was fortunate enough to match in my first cycle. I don't think I was the strongest applicant. I didn't get the best step 1 scores or the best step 2 scores. They were just plain old average. I think what made me stand out was my personality and my ability to connect with people and, be able to explain to them that, yes, even through paper, that I was the best candidate for that position. And if you give me a chance, I could become the best doctor at their program. Of course, this all takes, opportunity, a chance to talk with people. And that's what most of us need. And coming from a Caribbean school, I got told 1,000 times that I wasn't going to be XYZ. I wasn't going to, be this type of doctor because a USMD is somehow magically better than me, or a DL student from the US is magically better. It's a bunch of BS. It's everyone's subjective opinion of what a good doctor really entails. Even in my own program, there's people that have opinion of what, a good resident is, or, there are some clowns out there that like to compare and contrast certain residents and say, oh, you weren't as good as a resident as that person was at this time last year. Those type of people, you just got to just block out, because there's a lot of insecurities in them that make them say the nasty things that they say. And that comes in residency and med school during the interview season. And you just have to block it all out. Not everyone is nice. Not everyone's able to handle certain situations, stressful situations, or even just to talk like a human being to others. People are not unable to put themselves in other people's shoes. I know I'm going off topic here, but what I'm trying to get at is a lot of these things that put our self-esteem down and our egos down is subjective. People's subjective, unwanted opinions about ourselves that we don't need and don't want, and we never asked for them. And that's why it's important that you are able to, see that for yourselves and be able to, pick yourselves up and tell yourselves that you can do this, and surround yourself with people who are going to, support you and get you to the next stage. So for those that did not get an interview this season, or not as many as they want, it's not over yet. You still got soap. And if things don't work out, you don't match in match day, you don't get soap, you still get next year. It's not like, it's the end of the road. You just got to go back in there, fix your application, make things better, give a different personal statement story, or make your application, a little different, go over it with somebody who's been through that process before, and you can make it better. You will become a doctor. Just wait for your time, and it will happen sooner rather than later. Now, for the next part. Sorry, I'm like all dressed up. I just came back from like a wedding rehearsal thing, so I kind of look like I take care of myself, but usually I don't look like this. I'm usually like super tired and just wanting to come home after work every day and just crash, because residency is busy. So I know a lot of us are like trying to get into residency, and it's so exciting to get there, but you're gonna get your ass worked. That's just the definition of residency. You get your ass worked, you get no pay, and you have to study for your next board exam. It's a rough life, but it's what we want. So we're gonna get you there. Second, letter of intent. It is now January 12th. You should be sending those in the next week. So please, 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 just send it to one program. Tell that one program why you want to be there. Talk about things in the program that you really, really like, and try to explain to them why you will be a good fit for them. Please do not send multiple letters of intent to, multiple programs. It looks really, really bad. It's tacky, and it could come back to bite you in the ass later. And if there's something that I could learn from, when I sent my letters of intent last year, is I sent a letter of intent to one program, to my number one. And then I sent a bunch of letters of intents in terms of, I didn't say you're my number one, but I said, I'm ranking you highly. And I think that came back and, bit me in the ass. I think that was not the right choice, because I think in the end, it shows them that they're not the number one priority and that you have them as a backup. I think it's best that you just send it to one program, and all the other ones, you just leave them guessing. They don't know if you even sent a letter of intent, and they have no idea that, you're just not. The whole thing is just keep them guessing. That's my best advice. Obviously, do what you want. If you want to send letters of intent to your number 2, 3, 4, 5, and say you're highly ranking them, go ahead and do that. If not, I don't think it will be a bad thing. It won't hurt you by not sending them anything. Just to your number one program. Tell them what you like about them. Tell them why you will be a good fit. Tell them, how you see themselves being a part of the family, and just wrap it up and just say thank you, and keep it no more than a page long. Keep it straight to the point, and talk about the things that you experienced during that interview process with them, so that way they know that you were paying attention, that there's a reason why you're ranking them number one. Then rank order list. If I could go back, I would rank them based on how I felt. At the end of it, I realized that I knew what my number one was, which is where I ended up at UC Riverside. Because after I did my second visit and my interviews and everything, it just felt like home. The people there were great. The program director was great. The program coordinator was great. The location was great. But I didn't rank them number one because I ranked based on prestige. That was the dumbest thing ever. I wish I could go back and change it. Not that it would change anything, because I still ended up where I was supposed to be, and I'm super happy where I'm ended up now. But I realized that I was ranking programs based on prestige, based on what I think people would think was cool, what people would think would be great, what I thought my life would, most benefit from because of the name recognition. And that was just so silly. And again, I'm glad I didn't end up there, because the program that I ranked number one is actually just a horrible place to be at. They treat their students or residents like work hounds. There's no family time, and it's just an extremely unhealthy environment. I won't name names, but I think everyone who knows me knows exactly what I'm talking about. Same with my number 2 ranked program, and same with my number 3 ranked program. So my number 4 was actually the healthiest, the best family, the best social life, the best teaching, the best overall. There's a lot of people that have gone to great fellowships there. That was the right program for me. And I was just blind to it because, again, I thought about prestige rather than what was the best fit for me and my family. So back to it, letters of intent, one program, send it to number one, and that's it. That's my advice. If you want to send it to number two and on, fine. Just say highly ranked, but don't say number one. Because again, it looks really tacky and really bad if you're lying to them. Second, rank order list. Rank based on how you feel it's great. Think about money, think about location, think about, personal time, think about, fellowship, think about how you would see yourself in like 6 months. Are you going to care about prestige? Probably not. You're going to care about how much sleep you're getting, how much help you're getting, how your senior residents are treating you, your location, getting up early, getting to location, are there night shifts, etc. All those things are way, way, way more important. Your mental health is actually the most important thing during residency. No one ever talks about that. And it's probably, I'm going to say it's probably the most important thing because, if you're not mentally healthy, you can't study, you can't focus on what you learned from the day before to make yourself a better doctor the next day. You can't focus on your patient care. You're not going to be the best version of yourself. And taking care of your mental health is the best thing that you could do during residency. So find a program that will allow you to be extremely healthy to do so. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. You have my personal Instagram. It's probably going to be somewhere. It's going to be in the context or the bio, wherever the master resident puts this video. But, my Instagram is always open to everybody. I have, so many followers now just because you guys are always reaching out to me and I try to answer the best I can because I want to help you guys out. I'm being a fellow international med grad student. I want to help my IMG community as much as I can because I know how difficult it is to get to the next stage and how little help we get. And, Match a Resident is a beautiful program and a beautiful resource that really helps us, get to the next level and the next stage and, provides us with, all these opportunities to talk to our international med grad, community and talk to, people, like myself and others who have been through it and can, really guide us to the next step. So like I said, reach out to my Instagram if you have any, concerns, questions, needs. I am more than happy to help. Don't worry about how busy I am in residency. I'm always more than happy to help you guys out. You guys are my priority. And, this is always a pleasure to, help you guys out anytime I can. Okay. It's been a good time and I hope to talk to you all soon. Okay. Adios.